Hi, I'm Lance. I've done some research on this, and what I found is second only to the computer keyboard, the most used piece of equipment at OmniUpdate is the espresso machine. In fact, there's some evidence that suggests that the more the espresso machine is used, the more effective the keyboard becomes. So with that in mind, I thought I'd give you some quick tips on how to use this incredible piece of office machinery. Now, whether you're in the mood for a cappuccino, an Americano, or a simple shot of espresso, there are 3 things you need to check every time you walk up to this machine. This is the Seiko Odea Giro espresso machine. As you can see, it's powered up and all the lights are green. But there are still 3 things you always want to check before you make your favorite coffee. First, are there enough beans in the hopper? Here at OmniUpdate, we roast raw beans sourced from all over the world every morning. These beans are roasted to perfection, so simply choose what you like, pour them in the hopper, and away you go. I'm going to choose these Brazilian beans. Wow, these are good. So I'm just going to pour them in the hopper. Make sure there's at least a quarter full in the hopper, and that's ready to go. Second, you want to check the output trays. So turn it and it'll swivel, pull out the exit drawer, and you can dump out the used coffee puck and any fluid that exists right into the trash. Never put these in the sink. Second, before I put this back in, I'm going to open this up and look at the brew group. I'm going to push this over and pull this out and just check to see how dirty it is. You can see there's actually quite a bit of coffee in here, so I'm going to take this out as well, and I'm going to dump it out right here in the trash. Just shake it out. That's good. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to give it a rinse. I'm going to give it a rinse with hot water, and I'm going to get any extra coffee out of this thing. I'm going to come into this area, and I'm going to come into this area and rinse this area here as well. I want to make sure that I get any coffee grinds out of here. It'll make the coffee flow and make it taste so much better. You can dry this off just a little bit with a paper towel. Doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure you get it dry so that it doesn't drip a lot in there. Come back over here, wipe out any extra coffee grinds that you find inside. Take all that mess out and put the brew group back in. Slip it back in, close the lid or the drawer, slide the drawer back in, and you're ready to go. Third and final thing you want to check is the water drawer. So again, you can swivel it to the side and pull out this water drawer. If it's less than half full, then let's fill it up. Now you never want to fill this with tap water. You always want to use either the reverse osmosis from the left to the sink or over here in the reverse osmosis tank. And fill this with room temperature water. Never hot, never cold, and don't fill it all the way up. If you do, you might spill it, and that'll get underneath the machine. So bring it back, put the lid on, and slide this in level so you don't spill it. If you slide it in level and carefully, you'll have no water, no mess, and you're ready to go. Alright, so let's make a shot of espresso. I'm going to grab one of these espresso cups right here, and notice I can bring this tray up. So I'm going to bring it up as close as I can, adjust that as necessary. Now to fill up an espresso shot, dial the dial to 2 and 2 beans, and that'll give you one beautiful shot of espresso. Press the button and you're ready to go. Perfect, it's done and it's ready to drink. That is a beautiful shot of espresso. Alright, so let's say you want to make some steamed milk for your cappuccino. The first thing to do is look for this green water light. If the light is on, turn it off by pressing the button and it'll go off. Then, take this wand, lift it up, move your milk underneath, put the wand inside, and come up here to turn this dial to steam. Now this will start making steam, and it'll take maybe a minute or so, and you'll get some nice frothy steam for your cappuccino. You can move it around a little bit. Just keep the wand inside the milk at all times. When you've steamed the milk as much as you want, come back up here and turn this knob off. That'll stop making steam. Take your nicely steamed milk out, and then immediately remove this wand piece and wash it off. Wash it out completely, otherwise there'll be milk left over on that. Take a napkin here and wipe off the excess milk from here as well. Flip it back on, and you're ready to go. The most common error that you're going to see is this red light. Now, if it's a solid red light, that means that there's probably not enough water, there's not enough beans in the hopper, or there's too much in the exit drawers. But if it's a flashing red light, that's something different. And that's a little harder to troubleshoot, because if you've already checked everything else, the thing you want to look for is usually this dial right up here. This has been moved a little bit. Normally it makes steam, but it's a little bit off kilter. If I dial it back to off, the red light stops and I'm good to go. Let's say I want to make a nice cup of iced coffee. Well, the espresso machine does that too. I'm going to fill my cup about 3/4 full of ice. Let's do that over here. That's good. And come to the espresso machine. Adjust the drawers necessary, the tray height. And I'm going to go to about 3 on the dial and 3 beans for an extra kick. And make my iced coffee. Now, as you can see, the hot espresso is melting the ice a little bit, just to lighten up the consistency to make it perfect. There we go. Now I'm going to just add a little hazelnut cream here. Perfect. And look at that, a beautiful cup of iced coffee.